Reggae Ellis here for Mountain Watch. Well, the snowboarding halfpipe is on the Winter Olympics in Beijing this week, and for 16-year-old Australian Valentino Guseli, it is a culmination of a lot of hard work and a pretty amazing last 12 months. It was this time a year ago that he set the height record out of a halfpipe at the halfpipe in Lux, Switzerland, and competed in his first World Cup, where he qualified #1 before finishing 8th in the finals. Since then, Val has been a regular on the World Cup, a member of the Australian team, and also secured his first invite to the X Games last week, and this kid has a big future. I caught up with Valentino just before he flew out for Beijing. Valentino Guseli, thanks for joining us here on Mountain Watch.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Reggae.
Yeah, well, it's been a big year for you, Val. You know, like you're going to go in the Olympics. You're the youngest member of the Australian team. Like, how's that feel?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I'm just stoked to have the opportunity and excited to see what it's like over there.
Yeah. Well, when we spoke during the winter here in Thredbo, you know, you were sort of not definitely going. There's a good chance you're going, but you knew what you had to do to ensure qualification. So this Northern Hemisphere winter has been fairly successful for you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I got some pretty decent results in some World Cups, and that kind of ensured my spot. So, yeah, we're pretty sorted now.
Yeah, so you had like the Jew Tour, World Cup in Mammoth, World Cup in Lax, making finals in all of them, and then some top, 5th and 6th was your highest place?
Yeah, well, I got 5th in the Larks Open. I got 6th in the Jew Tour. In the Mammoth one, I actually got 13th, so I missed finals by one spot.
One place. Yeah. Well, going back 12 months, your first World Cup as a 15-year-old, you qualified first for that, and then you ended up getting 8th, I think. That's a pretty amazing start.
Yeah. Well, that was just crazy.
Yeah. Well, not long after that, of course, you set the world record for height out of a half pipe over there in your favourite half pipe in Larks. Was that your idea that day? Was it just one morning you go, you know what, I'm going to go for this? How did that all come about?
Well, that was it was actually my friend's idea. He's a skier from New Zealand. His name's Gustav Legnovsky, and we've kind of grown up riding the pipe here in Larks together. So, and he also likes to go pretty big. So it was him and his dad Peter who set up the whole measurement thing, and sorted it all out. And then they just let me know that they were doing it and that I could tag along and give it a go, and I gave it a go, and it seemed to work out.
Yeah, well, you could say that. Then, all of a sudden everyone's going, who's this 15-year-old or 16-year-old kid from Australia?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, Val, I've been watching you ride, from a young age, like obviously you sort of, people internationally started taking notice of you when you were 12, 13, winning the Burton Open Juniors over there in the US, and obviously you've done a lot of success in the events here in Australia and New Zealand. When you were a kid, like, who inspired you to follow that path?
Well, Scotty's definitely one.
Yeah.
Scotty James. Since I was probably around 12, he's just been dominating the pipe scene. So that was definitely inspiring to see. Like, first Australian male snowboarder to do really, really well in the half pipe. So that was super cool to see and very inspiring. Also, Ayumu Hirano has always been one to watch.
Yep.
He's just a flawless ninja. And yeah, they're probably my top two. But then there's people like Danny Davis, who the style god of half pipe and of snowboarding in general, really. So,
well, I know, you're from Dalmeny on the south coast, just near Narooma there. I know you like, beaches on your doorstep. You like surfing a lot as well. Do you feel some sort of similarities between surfing and snowboarding?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because down there, it's well known. You had your dad sort of organised your grandpa to put the airbag out in the backyard, to train on tricks there. That kind of filled in the spaces when the surf wasn't good and you weren't up in the snowy mountains, riding and training.
Yeah, exactly. exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it was for, and also so I wouldn't have to travel away from home as much.
And with the X Games, how did you feel when you got the invite?
I was so stoked. So it was a little bit of a process because I was. It actually started a Jew tour when I was the third alternate for it or
Yeah.
something, and we were planning to just come back to Larks after, like, right before the Jew tour to just do some training in the pipe here. But then I got the third alternate spot, and then me and my coach Tom Pelly kind of had a gut feeling to stay, and then we ended up getting into the Jew tour. I made finals and got sixth, which was my best major competition result at the time. And I guess that kind of got me on the people at X Games' radar.
Yeah.
And then I got the first alternate spot for X Games, and then a bunch of people pulled out, and then we got the email that I was in, and it was a pretty surreal feeling because, the X Games is one of the biggest comps ever in snowboarding. So to go there and ride with all those guys and be at a place where so much snowboarding history has gone down, it was really cool.
Yeah, it must be. You're up there 16. Like, you think 5 years ago when you're 11, half those guys would have been 18, 20. You would have been going, did you think, oh, wow, I can't believe, look who I'm here with,
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So you mentioned Tom Pelly, because Tom, Australian snowboarder, well-known, pro snowboarder around here. And you and Tom sort of hooked up, started working together during the Australian winter.
Yeah, exactly. I just went to his house and stayed with him for 2 weeks, and we rode some rails together and just hung out, and the chemistry was really there, and I learned heaps of stuff with him. So from then on, I was just like, yeah, I'm super stoked with his energy, and decided to come over here with him this year.
Well, during the lockdown, you had the training facility built up here at Thredbo. How was that? Must have been nice to have that backing, at least through Snow Australia and Thredbo and the OWIA, to get some on snow action.
That was so awesome. Not many people really could do much at that point in New South Wales, so we were super lucky to still be allowed to go and ride and do what we love. And Thredbo made a sick setup for us, so it was really nice that we still got to shred, for sure.
Well, yeah, like, Val, it's been really busy. You've flown across the Atlantic twice. It's a big preparation. The Olympics are a big deal. How are you feeling going into it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and stay as relaxed as I can and just take it all in. I know lots of people are gonna be going into it kind of freaking out, putting lots of pressure on themselves to do well, but I just want to go there and give it my all and have a good time. I know that I'll have a couple more opportunities, so I'm just gonna see what it's like, observe as much as I can from it to prepare for the next times, and try and do as well as I can with what I get done here beforehand. With
that, when you were selected, I know you've been on the Olympic Winter Institute of Australia. It's in the OWIA. Has that support been important over the last couple of years? Yeah,
that support's been insane, really. So I've had access to different performance centres around Australia, NSWIS Sydney, the Sport and Rec Centre in Jindabyne, access to physios wherever they are, or strength trainers, nutritionists, psychologists. So to have all of that support is really helpful, and they've made it a lot easier to travel and do my thing.
Yeah, it's a massive thing. It's good that as you progress, your support level grows with it. You got to think, without that kind of stuff, and obviously sponsor support, it would make things pretty difficult to qualify for the Olympics and World Cup.
Yeah, really.
And okay, you've been working with pretty solidly with Tom over this Northern Hemisphere winter. We've seen you riding. Now, have you guys any ideas what your plans are for the halfpipe comp Olympics? I know things will change once you see the setup, but you confident on your run?
Yeah, well, basically we have this time now, which is about a week in Largs, to keep working on some stuff, see if we can pull some new stuff, and then whatever we have, we're just gonna try and use to the best that we can. And I want to go as big as I can and put on a show for everyone watching, and hopefully inspire lots of the general public to give snowboarding a go.
Yeah, and like with that, you do work so hard, you train so hard, a lot of competition. How's your pure love of snowboarding? Still there?
Yeah, always. It's always there through the hard times when you're scared to try a big trick, or after you've just eaten a big bag of crap. Like even getting injured, your first thought is, oh, I hope I can still snowboard after this, So, yeah, the love can never die.
No, nor should it, because that's the whole basis. All right, Val, I'd really appreciate your time. I know it's a busy time and you've got a lot to focus on. All the best at the Olympics. Everyone will be watching, and I'm stoked for you guys. Say hello to Tom. I hope you guys come up with something good. It's going to be a joy to watch.
Yeah, thanks, Ray. It's been really fun, and it's going to continue to be. And it was nice talking to you.